We are live, I believe. So we're gonna just say hello and what is up to everybody. We're gonna go live for a little bit, and for some reason my music didn't play, but I think maybe it's working now. Let's try it here. Here we go. From the Ghost Tactical Studios, welcome to Ghost Talk Live, the viewer-driven discussion. Make sure to check out all of our content on YouTube, GunStreamer.com, GunChannels.com, and Patreon. To listen to all of our podcasts, check out iHeartRadio, iTunes, and PodBean. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages, and we also invite you to check out our website, www.ghosttactical.us. There we go. A little technical difficulties earlier, so don't know why it wasn't playing, but hopefully everything's coming through loud and clear right now. Just decided to come on live and haven't had a whole lot of time to do a whole lot lately, so I wanted to just come on and say hello and say what's up. Might only be here for a few minutes, but you never know. We're going to stay as long as we can and till it all comes back to reality with work and all of that stuff. So let's say hey out there to Tardot and Gunpowder and Bucks out there and Mateo. What's going on? If you guys are out there, go ahead and say hello and how are you doing? And I really don't have anything really in specific to talk about. Just wanted to come on and say what's up. Andrew says save me from some crappy football games. Yeah, I was watching some games earlier and I guess maybe it's just week one, maybe, and maybe, hey, what's up, Ozzy? Maybe week one's always bad. I don't know, but it seems to me that the games are not as good in the first couple of weeks. Maybe it's the timing. The referees are being overly afternoon. William, how you doing? The referees are being overly protective of some things and all that. So week one and week two are typically the games that just aren't very good. If you watch the game on Thursday night, Atlanta and Philadelphia, that was just an ugly game. If you would have told me that those two teams were the last two representatives of the NFC to the Super Bowl and one of them won the Super Bowl last year, I'd say you were absolutely crazy because that was a really crappy football game. But nonetheless, it is football season and I do love football. So, between college and the NFL, I can't complain. I'm glad that football is back. So yeah, the weather's kind of crappy here right now. It's been raining the last few days, but so it's kind of a good time to watch football. They don't want preseason, but when season starts, they aren't ready. Exactly. And I get it. In theory, they play 16 games and they play 4 preseason games. So even if you don't make the playoffs, you're playing 20 games. Hey, what's up, Nighthawk? That's a lot. But, I would be opposed to cutting down to maybe 2 preseason games or something like that because the starters, they don't play hardly in the preseason anyways. Basically, that's just for people to try to make the team. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but it is what it is. Ozzy said he's going to go to Walmart looking at printers. There you go. I wish I could give you some help. I don't really know much about printers. I've got a bunch of them. I just don't know if they're any good. They seem to work. Most of mine are HP. HP used to be a pretty good company. I don't know if they still are, but most of mine are HP, so they work just fine. Let's see here. We got 12 watching right now, so I know it's kind of a little ad lib and no notification system, so hopefully people will come in. If not, it's okay. We'll hang out and talk. And if you guys have any questions for me or you guys anybody want to join in, let me know and I'll send you a link. So just let me know and we'll hang out for a little bit and then go watch the Cowboys here in a little bit. Mateo says he's cleaning guns and listening to Ghost Stream sounds like a good little combo. Hey, what's up, D-Temp? The clean the gun side sounds like fun, but I can't imagine listening to me is very much fun. But you're here, so thank you so much for coming by, and maybe I can give you a few minutes of relief from whatever is going on in your life. Buck says he went to the gun show in Jacksonville. I was thinking about going down there, but I did not, and was it any good? I hope it was good. I don't know if it's usually. I've never been to the one in Jacksonville, so go Pack, go. Jeez. Not everyone's perfect, Andrew. Not everyone is perfect, but we'll let it slide. I do have a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's a hell of a quarterback. I'll give him that. I'm hoping the Cowboys do well this year. We've got a lot of young talent. You know, we've always had the talent to do well. I'm not a big fan of our coach, and I think that he is a yes man to Jerry. So he said, Mateos has just got back from the range. Cleaning is a necessity. Yeah, I see I'm the same way. I'll always try to clean my guns after a range shoot. A lot of people don't. A lot of people say, well, I want to clean them every 500 or, a 1,000 rounds, or what's up, Little Rock? Woo Pig. Ozzy says, "Go Chiefs." I don't mind the Chiefs. I don't mind the Chiefs. But no, as far as cleaning the guns, yeah, I always will clean after a range day. And so even if I only got a couple hundred rounds off, I'll still clean it. A lot of people won't clean it, but every once a month, or they'll go a round count or whatever. But I'm just one of those people that I like to clean my guns after every time I go to the range. So yeah, even if I only got a couple hundred rounds shot off, I'd still clean it. So if you're looking for good cleaning stuff, Mateo, I tell you what, last Friday over on Clover Tech's show, Firearm Friday, he had some guys over there that has some cleaning products that sounds awesome. Hey, what's up, Coy? Snob's wife out there. What's going on, guys? You guys doing all right? But if you're looking for some really good cleaning materials, Spartan, don't get me lying. I can't remember the name of it, but they it sounds like really good products. I'm going to go buy some and do some work on it. If anybody out there remembers the name of the company out there from last Friday night with the Clover's chat, let me know. I think it was Spartan something, but I don't remember the exact name. But Andrew says, there you go, Spartan. Who all ordered some Spartan cleaners? Yeah, I'm getting ready to order a starter's kit, and I'm looking forward to getting that stuff in. If it works half as well as what it sounds like they were, then it sounds like I might be having a new cleaning solution. Nighthawk says cleaning guns relaxes them. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, and I don't reload. And I know a lot of people do the reload, and a lot of them say modern Spartan systems. That's the right modern Spartan systems. That's the one. But anyways, I know that Frog Lube. Yeah, I've used Frog Lube most of the time. Honestly, it sounds weird, but I used basically Hoppies, or I'll use just some good old Safariland CLP. So it is what it is. But we were talking about relaxing, and I don't reload, as most of you knows not, but a lot of my buddies that do reload, and they always say that it's relaxing to them. That's a hobby that they can just go down to the garage or the man cave or whatever and spit out 1,000 rounds and just relax and kind of do their thing. And I'm sure that it would be nice for me and fun for me if I did reload, and it would probably do the same thing. I just don't have the time. I've already got so much things to cram into 24 hours to begin with. Adding another one, it just may not be what I need. But like I said, if it relaxes you, then that's great. And if cleaning your guns, Hoppies needs to make a clone. You know what? It sounds bad, but I might buy that clone. If you can get me a mixture of Hoppies and like the smell of gunpowder, I'm actually one of the weird people that like gunpowder, but I also like the smell of gas, gasoline, not human gas, but gasoline. So yeah, he said he was shooting the 357 SIG, 147 grain XTPs over Blue Dot. 357 SIG is, do you reload those, Mateo, or do you buy those commercially? Call it liberal determined. There you go, Andrew. No, but as far as reloading, whatever, guys, if you have an hour that you find something that's a hobby, whether it's gun related or not, that relaxes you, that's great. Like I said, cleaning guns does relax me. I'm not going to sit there and say I just clean guns just to clean guns, but I'm kind of OCD in the sense that when I do go to the range, I will typically clean my guns after it's over with. But some people like to reload, some people like to clean their guns, some people whatever. Relaxing to me, it sounds funny, but actually going to the range and shooting is actually what I enjoy. It kind of relaxes me. And now I'll go to the range a couple times and do some video shoots and all that stuff, and that's more work. But I'll always try to at least get some shooting in for me, and whether it's practicing or just kind of just shooting and getting some lead down range. Yeah, Mateo says he reloads. For me, shooting is relaxing, and I know that a lot of people might think that that's kind of weird, but it is what it is. I enjoy it, and so that's what I do. Hey Gary, what's going on, my man? Everything going good with you? See, I don't think I missed anything. Let's go see if I missed anything up here. Clover just said he's getting ready to head out and go eat. So he just sent me a text, and yeah, good for him. I hope he stuffs his face. No, but going to the ranges, kind of going back to the ranges, someone was talking about they were shooting. I guess it was Mateo just got done shooting, and he was cleaning his guns and all that. And I did a video not too long ago, and I always take cleaning gear with me to the range. And it's not that I sit there and say I want to clean my gun at the range, but there are people that will bring several guns, and if they're waiting to shoot the next one, they might get a clean and they don't have any cleaning gear. I'm one of those weird people that, hey, what's up, Dale? The tactical pickle is in the hizzy. So what's up, buddy? No, but I always kind of take a cleaning kit to the getting to the grocery shopping. I cannot stand. All right, okay. Let me ask you guys a question. When it comes to grocery shopping, we're going on a rabbit hole here, but when you go grocery shopping, what kind of person are you? Are you the type that will buy groceries for the day or the next couple of days, or are you the one that will buy all your groceries for the week? You'll have all your meals planned out for the week, and you just go and buy them all at one time and take one trip. Because I wish I was like that, and I probably could be if I wanted to, but most of the time I'll go to the grocery store for my wife or whatever, and we'll pick up just enough for that next day or two. The good thing about just having the two of us, and sometimes the three of us, my daughter's there, but we can make quite a bit, and that'll last us a couple of days. So that's nice. Mateo says rainy, cloudy day up at the range, but it was packed. Good mix, women, families, younger guys. It was nice. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, Hemi? I love hearing a good mixture. We had a fun shoot at my club last weekend, I believe. I think it was last Sunday. We could go today. Had a really good mixture, about 15 people there, but we had men, we had women, we had old, we had young, we had experienced shooters, we had competitive shooters, we had beginners. So talk about a great eclectic mix. It was really awesome. And those are the fun kind, because you get to sorry, my thing my chat just jumped on me. But no, if you get a nice mix of people at the range, then there's always different experience levels, and hopefully some people are there for the first time, which is my favorite. If you get someone who's out there for the first time, that's when I really, really enjoy being at the range, because hopefully you have the influence and can help them in maybe becoming a gun person. So, yeah. All right. Calavera says, don't have the meals planned for a week, but we'll buy enough for 7 to 10 days. So you'll kind of, if I'm hearing this from Calaveras, you'll buy a bunch of food for a week, 10 days. And then once you get home and saw what you bought, then you'll kind of figure out a meal plan. I'm assuming that's how you do it, which is, there you go. It's easier if you only have to go to the grocery store 3 or 4 times a month. I go quite a bit, unfortunately. I hate it, but I do. Gary says he tries to buy for a week, but don't really plan the meals ahead, and he always forgets something. And that's the way it is. And I'll tell you another one. You go to Walmart, and you have a list of 4 or 5 things, and that's about it. Why in the hell do you walk out with 25 things and spend a couple $100 when you're there to buy 5 things for $20? Is it because we're just stupid, or is it because Walmart are geniuses? I would like to think they're genius, because I don't want to consider myself stupid, but I think I am. I really do. I think I am. Snob's wife says Snob does not grocery. Okay. You go grocery shopping daily. Snob does not. Ozzy says all week, get it in and out. There you go. Rob D. And you're just working for the 30 minutes. Hey, man, appreciate you coming on. Keith, what's going on? He says he never goes grocery shopping hungry. That's a good point. If you go grocery shopping hungry, they've got you. You're screwed. That's a really good point. Buck says he buys for a week. Mateo, much like never cook hungry either. Yeah, because you'll always make more or whatever. Now, making more sometimes isn't a bad thing because you can always put in the fridge or freeze it and have it for the next couple of days. Nighthawk says everyone's saying it's both. They're stupid and they're geniuses. I guess they are. And we are always kind of dumb when it comes down to that stuff. Impulse buy. So yeah. Nighthawk says every time you go shopping, the cart is half full before you get to your list. Exactly. You're not even started on your list yet, and your shopping cart's like almost full. You're like, what the hell's going on here? Buck says he hit the ammo sale at Walmart. Yeah. Walmart's always got some decent prices on ammo. And they've always, at least the one here. Now I can't speak for the Walmart everywhere, but the Walmart where I am, always have pretty good selection of ammo, decent prices. They'll have expensive ammo and cheap ammo and just whatever. They have the white box. They'll have the Remington range stuff. They'll go up to all sorts of, I'm not saying expensive, but higher price, probably higher quality ammo than that as well. And they've got them for every caliber you could possibly think of. But maybe that's just where I am in Arkansas. D-Temp says we always cook a bunch and then freeze leftovers. Yeah, we're the same way. But here's my thing with leftovers is like, unless it's like chili. Now, chili I could eat every day. So my wife made a big pot of chili a few days ago, and I ate on that for 2 or 3 days, and you can never go wrong with it. There are certain things that just aren't very good as a leftover, but there are some things that are just amazing as leftovers. William says a week for meals for a work week. There you go. Oh, well, yeah, driving a truck, I can understand. That's going to be a little bit different. So, yeah. Timmy says they eat leftovers 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah, I mean, can't go wrong there. Andrew says Walmarts in Houston never have the deals like people post on the tubes. And it may be just maybe Houston. I don't know. But there's always pretty good deals, at least where I am. And other Walmarts in the central Arkansas area, north central Arkansas area. It's usually pretty good deals on ammo. I try to buy a lot of my ammo at my local gun shop. And the guy that owns it's a good friend of mine. And I'll always try to buy ammo from him because he's, pretty close within a couple of dollars. And for a couple of dollars, I'd much rather support the local gun shop. But if he's, not open or whatever, then for sure, Walmart's got some pretty decent deals. Snob's wife says stores constantly moving everything in the store. The more aisles you go down looking for a specific item, you end up buying something else. Yeah, they do move around a lot. Now, they may not move areas around, but they do move those little kind of makeshift aisles, the stuff in the middle of the aisles. They're always putting stuff there for impulse buys, and I hate that because I always buy something, and it just drives me nuts. Mateo says his locally Wally blows on keeping the 76 2x39 in stock. 223 at the yin yang and no 22 ever. See, at least mine, I've never really, I shouldn't say never, was 2013 or so when everything was going nuts to begin with, but for the most part I've never had any problems buying 22 or 9. No, I don't shoot a lot of 22, but it's always available. And the 9mm, a lot of people say they have problems finding it sometimes, and I've never had any problems with that. But yeah, 7.62x39. I never bought that at Walmart. I usually go to my gun shop here because I always keep a pretty good supply of them. So I never really kind of look for the 7.62x39, but yeah, 223 and 5.56. Yeah, you can find them all over the place at Walmart. But I never really looked for the 7.62. So I don't know. I'll have to get back to you. The next time I go there, I'll check on it. What's up, Jake? Jake says he shops a couple times a week, but also do a freezer meals a couple times a year. Spaghetti sauce. Oh yeah, I mean, like spaghetti. Yeah, spaghetti sauce. You can make a ton of that and freeze it, and then all you're doing at that point is making new noodles. But that spaghetti sauce, heck yeah, man, you can freeze that stuff. And like I said, I would say spaghetti sauce and chili, my 2 favorite things that we'll make a lot of, and then we will eat for a while. So you can't Can't go wrong with that. Chico Y says, "Hey guys, tuning in, listening, first time here for live stream. Hey, what's up, Chico? Welcome to our live. I don't do this very often, but on a Sunday afternoon, if nothing's really going on, I'll come on for a little while and we'll just kind of hang out and all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks for coming on and hope if you have any questions or whatever, go ahead and ask them. We're just kind of hanging out, guys, and we'll get on some rabbit holes here. Not everything's always about guns. We have other parts of our lives that we actually discuss and talk about. So we always talk about food, and we were talking with someone off the air the other night. I can't remember who it was. Maybe me and Clover and someone else. Might have been Friday night. Talking about how all of our chats seem to go into food chats eventually. So everyone loves food and everyone likes talking food. So even if Travis isn't here, we always seem to kind of go with food chat. So welcome, Chico. If you got any questions, go ahead and say hey. D Tim says he always ends up buying a lot of ammo at the BX. I haven't been to a PX in a long time, so I'd imagine that the ammo prices are pretty good there. Ozzy says he buys ammos at the local Rural King. Interesting. He says a lot of ammo shopping online. Yeah, and it depends on where you are. Some states will allow you to get it shipped, to you or through an FFL, and some states just damn near prohibit you bringing ammo across state lines anyway. So it depends on where you are. I can see that. Andrew says Texas Red on the Chili Ghost. No, the chili that my wife makes is phenomenal. Growing up in Texas, yeah, we always kind of like a little bit spicier, but the chili that my wife makes, she has her own little recipe, and she's kind of something that she just figured out years ago and just kind of threw some stuff. And it's basically, obviously it's hamburger meat, brown meat and tomatoes diced and all of that. And you got the big cans of tomatoes she puts in there and some garlic and some onion. I think she throws a little Tabasco in there, all sorts of good stuff. And it's pretty amazing. I do love my wife's chili. Let's see here. Thanks for having me. Glad. Oh yeah. Anytime, Chico. Anytime. Love to have you, man. Mateo says they buy a lot of components for reloading, but the 7.62x39 and 9mm he buys local and often get cheap steel case. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, if I'm just going to the range just to shoot the AK and just have some fun and not really working on anything, just going up there, then yeah, I'll go get some steel cased and, my Stava will run through it, eat it up and all that stuff. So yeah, it's one of those that you can buy. And I know you can buy the steel casing at Walmart. I don't know about anything else, but I do know that they have the steel cased ammo at Walmart for the 7.62. Now I don't know if it is always there or what. Nighthawk says Haas is the new podcast going. Oh, how is the new podcast going? Yeah. I over on Patreon, I released a little clip of it this morning, about a minute clip. The first episode will come out, be published in the next 24 hours. And I'm looking forward to it. It's fun. It's different. Most of the videos that I make are either videos explaining something or reviewing something or doing range drills or whatever. And then the live stuff is a live stuff. But this is neither. This is a dedicated interview style, which I think it's a one-on-one interview type style. And I really do like it. And the great thing about it is there's not the threat of having to screw up and hope that it doesn't sound good. You can go in there, record the audio with your guest and yourself, and try to edit it into make it sound like a real professional thing. Because trust me, I'm not very professional, and I need all the help I can get on editing. So it's going good. I'm looking forward to it. The first one's going to be with Patriot in the Dark and talking about being blind in the gun community, which I think is really awesome. Cal says, watched the Deadpool 2 last weekend with his girlfriend and brother didn't get the reference to the line, sweep the leg, Johnny really hurt. Well, I think that having the line, sweep the leg, Johnny, apparently I thought the Karate Kid was a timeless thing that everyone knew the Karate Kid and knew all the lines, but apparently they do not. Sweep the leg, Johnny is, if you don't know, it is from the Karate Kid, and towards the end of Cobra Kai. I can't remember the name of his name, but the sensei told Johnny to sweep Daniel's leg. So yeah, I'm surprised that everyone doesn't know that, but maybe they're showing their age, or we're showing our age. I don't know, Dale. Jake says chili, rice, stir in a dollop of sour cream. Yeah. Now, last night we finished off the chili, and my wife's Japanese, so we eat a lot of rice, and it's a sticky rice. It's a steamed rice. So she made some rice, and like I said, we had been eating for 2 or 3 days, so there wasn't a whole lot left, but we put on top of the rice, and it was really good. Putting the sour cream on it sounds pretty good. I tell you what, probably my favorite style of chili is, and I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's called Cincinnati chili. It's got a little different flavor, but basically you can make it with any kind of spaghetti sauce. And instead of, or not spaghetti sauce, but chili, but you put it on top of spaghetti noodles. And if you've never had it, it's awesome. So go look up some Cincinnati chili, but basically it's chili on top of spaghetti noodles, and it's really good. You might want to try that. Mateo says debating picking up a copy of that. Oh yeah. Deadpool 2. Awesome. Warsaw, what's up, my man? How you doing? Making sure that I'm not missing. I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Prison Wallet gag was priceless. Classic movie. Rambo movies were screwed up. Yeah, right. Hollywood doesn't know about guns. No, I would say that the vast majority of Hollywood producers and all that don't know. And they have these quote unquote consultants on that are supposed to make it look more real and all that. But you can tell the actors that are pro-gun and those that aren't. Like Angelina Jolie, she's pro-gun. Just the way she handles guns in her movies, you can definitely tell that this is not something that she's just doing for a paycheck. Obviously, it's well documented that Keanu Reeves really got into guns and 3-gun, as a matter of fact, while training for the John Wick movies and all that. So, like I said, you can tell the people that are familiar with handguns that they're actually part of their normal lives, and then the ones that are acting, because you'll just see some weird stuff happening. But yeah, you can definitely see the ones that they like. AKs. D-Tim says, what's the word coming to? Oh, what's the world when they'll get the reference? Exactly. Dale says he's only 28. His girlfriend's 25. Well, I guess technically y'all weren't alive technically when the Karate Kid came out. I think that was 86, or I don't remember, 86, 85, 87, somewhere in there when the Karate Kid came out. But like I said, if you're a fan of really good movies, the Karate Kid's classic. That's that and Top Gun and Breakfast Club. And I mean, there are some 80s movies that you just, no matter what, you've seen them. So I'm just still surprised that people don't get the Karate Kid reference. That's all I'm saying. The Soviets never used Hungarian AKs. Excuse me. The cradle robber. Yeah, those 3 years. Actually, my wife is about 6 months older than me, so I'm the young buck in this relationship. Nor did that uses an M203 grenade launcher on an airplane rifle. Let's see here. He says, yeah, he's in the Cincinnati area. They make the best chili. Yeah, it's really, if you've never had Cincinnati chili, it's well worth looking into it. Chico says, since you guys talking food, does anyone do any canning? I personally don't, but there are a lot of people that do that are kind of in our community, and a lot of preppers and all that. So definitely there are some people that do that for sure. Let's see here. Sorry, I know I'm way behind. Keith says, or 3-way or 4-way chili. 3-way or 4-way, I don't know what that is. Mateo says, great, now they're craving for chili. It's football season. If it's football season, it's chili season, right? So chili might be one of my favorite things in the world. So you can never go wrong with chili. I always eat so much chili that I feel bad at the end of the night. It's like, I've eaten so much, like 3 or 4 bowls of chili, and it's like I don't even ever eat that much, but it's like you just can't stop. Chili's probably my top 3 favorite foods. Good chili, I should say. Warsaw said that was a typo. Okay. What's up, Revolver? He says, what's up? Warsaw, nor the not use a 203 in an AK rifle. Oh, okay. I was wondering what the hell an airplane rifle was. I thought that was something that I was just missing out on. I had no idea what an airplane rifle was, but now that you said it was an AK rifle, yeah. Mateo says nothing makes you feel old like talking about your 20-plus-year-old kid. Yeah, I understand that. What's up, Snob? My daughter's 21 and makes me feel old. And I was pretty young when we had her. I was 22 when we had her. So I was usually the one, my wife and I are usually the parents growing, when my daughter's growing up, the young parents. We have people. Matter of fact, one of my daughter's best friends' dad, who's a good friend of mine, turns 57 today. And I'm 43. So what up, Nate? And so we were always kind of the younger parents when my daughter was growing up. But I guess it's cool. It's one of those things where, sorry, getting a drink right there. My throat was getting dry. But, when you're 22 years old and you're in the Marine Corps and you're making $12,000 a year, damn, Knight says he's got 20-year-old grandkids. You're old as shit, man. Just joking. But, when you're 22 years old making no money, it's kind of scary, and you just learn to get through things. And your kids being kids, and my daughter knows this, but she was not planned. It is what it is. I don't think anyone at 22 years old plans to have kids. Maybe they do, but we sure as hell weren't. And but anyways, you think about it, and you're 22 years old when you have your first child, and for us it was our only child. But you look at it and say, man, when she's 18, graduates high school, goes off to college, we're going to be 40. And we've got a long life ahead of us that just, we can not have to worry about the kids and all of that. So if you look at it that way, it's pretty good. And Nighthawk says survived 66 years. That's awesome. There's a part of me that I've kind of put my body through hell over the years, and there's no telling how bad my back and knees are. I had a doctor tell me one time that I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I'm 50, and I'm starting to believe that because I'm 43 now, and my body is it's thrashed. I put my body through hell over my lifetime. So by the time I'm 50, I'll be in a wheelchair, which means I'll be just miserable. So who knows? Garage Gun says helping out with the veterans hunt in West Virginia at the end of the month, getting paired with a blind former Marine to help them shoot a black bear. I tell you what, Garage, that's awesome, and good for you for doing that. But I think it's amazing that you have the opportunity to help someone who probably has a life dream of getting himself a bear that obviously cannot for obvious reasons. And good for you, Coy. And I'd love to see some kind of a video on that because that'd be great. So kudos to you for doing that. And I know they're going to appreciate you so much. Horses had his daughter when 18 years old. There you go. It says 55 of his 66 years in Chicago. Bless you. Bless you. That's a tough life. Chicago's a fun town. I really do like Chicago. Outside of the 2A arena, Chicago's a great town. At least the parts that I've been to, and I probably haven't been to some of the bad ones, but most tourists don't. So I really do like Chicago. Mateo says we were a little young. She was still a senior in high school when I got married and was headed to Okinawa after engineer school. Yeah, I actually met my wife in Okinawa. So I was 19 when I got over there and spent a little over a year in Okinawa and loved it. A lot of people don't like Okinawa or they didn't like it. And I absolutely loved it. And I loved it well before I met my wife. So, I chose coming out of school. I was ranked second in my class in school, and they basically gave me the choice of duty stations. And I was, 19 years old. And I said, hell, I might as well go overseas. They're going to pay me to go overseas and, go to Okinawa. I probably would never go to Okinawa in my life outside the Marine Corps. So I might as well have someone pay me to do it. So I went over there looking to have a good time and all that. And obviously I did, and met my wife, and my life changed forever. But no, I love Okinawa. I still do. I'd live there if I could afford it. Calavera says, I'm sure that she knows that unplanned does not mean oh, absolutely. She changed my life, and I think all parents know this, and wives know this, and husbands know this, but when you have a child, you have a love for your wife. I love my wife very deeply, but when you have a child, that becomes the center of your universe. And no matter if it was planned or not, my daughter is the best thing that ever happened to me, for a lot of different reasons. One, just the unconditional love and having something that you have a part of making, and watching this child grow up and go through things, and it's just been wonderful. But on this side of it is I had to grow up very quickly, and a lot of people say that I may not have grown up as too much at the time, but you had to grow up a little bit. So yeah. Jesse, what's going on? Jesse Outdoors. AWAG, what's going on? You must still miss taco rice and cheese. I do not miss taco rice and cheese because my wife makes it for me all the time. Um, we probably make taco rice 2 or 3 times a month. And if you guys don't understand, you just will never understand. It sounds simple, and it is. It's taco meat over steamed sticky rice with cheese and lettuce and all that stuff. It is the greatest thing on the face of the earth. When I say that chili's in my top 3 favorite foods, my favorite food in the world is taco rice. And my wife will always ask me on my birthday, "Hey, what do you want for taco rice? What do you want for taco rice? I want taco rice anytime I can get it." And luckily, my wife's a phenomenal cook, and she makes taco rice pretty frequently. We had it last week, as a matter of fact, and taco rice is great stuff. The best taco rice over in Okinawa is in Kenville. I was at Camp Hansen, and Kenville is kind of where everyone comes to get the really good taco rice. So if you're ever in Okinawa, go to Ken, and that's where it's really good. Let's see here. Warsaw says, Ghost, my family came here before World War II started the invasion of Poland. My grandfather's family and his 2 brothers and his mother and father have settled in Chicago and worked their asses to the core. Exactly. They worked whatever jobs they could find, and that's exactly what you have to do. Sometimes it may not be the funnest jobs, it may not be the most rewarding jobs, but you have to do what you got to do to support your family. So, Tim says amen to that. And something about Catholic schools were brutal. I never went to Catholic school, so I don't know. Mateo says you suck. Yeah, it's nice when your wife is Japanese and Okinawan and makes taco rice. I'm not going to apologize. I am not going to apologize. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Warsaw says the nuns would whoop your ass if you disobey. I guarantee they can't do that now, though. I guess they probably could legally because it's a private school mostly, but I think they're probably a little more careful than back in the day. You could sit there and all right. Carry my revolver says taco rice. Please explain how to make it. I think I did. You just basically make taco meat. Put it on top of steamed rice, a sticky rice, not your crappy Uncle Ben minute rice. Go get yourself an actual rice maker. Do steamed rice. It's that sticky stuff. Put the taco meat on top of it, some shredded cheese and some shredded lettuce or tomatoes, whatever you want on there. It's heaven. It's basically a taco on top of rice. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Grandfather started in the army. Taco rice and cheese sounds fantastic. Care to share the recipe? I know I'm late. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to catch up. I think that's you were with 3rd CEB. No kidding. Mateo, when were you over there? I was attached to CEB for about a month. When were you over in Okinawa, Mateo? Because that is crazy. I was at Hanson with 3rd CEB for a month. Then it was with 3rd CAB, which is CAB, Combat Assault Battalion. And then we went down. We were basically out of Courtney, attached to 3rd Marine Division. You were there in 94. No kidding. You're kidding me. I was there in 94. Was I there in 94? I was in Boot in 94. I got there in November of 94 and left in 95, obviously. No kidding. Wow, we were in the same unit there for that's crazy. Mateo, dude, we gotta catch up sometime and talk shop a little bit. But yeah, I was with them for a little bit, and then CAB went over to Somalia. So wow, yeah, crazy. What a small world. That is a very, very small world. We were there at the same time. That's crazy, man. That is awesome. Yeah, man. For sure. Yeah, our main thing was out of Courtney at Division. But we were at Hanson there for a few months. You did training at Fuji? Oh, seriously, I went through SEER at Fuji. Wow, did you do SEER at Fuji? Because we went to Camp Fuji and did SEER, so that's just nuts. Let's talk maybe sometimes off air. We probably hung out and we just never knew about it. There's no telling. Wow, that's crazy. So you did training in Fuji? Yeah, I did some training in Fuji when we came back from Africa. Nice. There you go. Holy shit, we did the same training. We did that in March, late February or the first part of February and last part of February and the first part of March. We came back from Africa and stopped over at Camp Fuji, went through that over there in late February, early March of 95. That would be 95. So that's crazy. That's just crazy. Toe and Ho from Delta 1st Platoon. I do not remember Toe and Ho from Delta 1st Platoon. Toe and Ho, those two people or what? We need to talk, bro, because the craziness that we were on the same base at the same time in Okinawa, Japan is fascinating to me. So yeah, we definitely got to hook up sometime and talk shop. So pretty cool stuff, man. Anyways, well, we've been talking now for 45 minutes and the Ghost of Mateo podcast of drunken bar stories. Warsaw says he's born in 96. My daughter was born in 97. I got married in 96. So I've been married as long as you've been born, Warsaw. Damn, AWAC. Now I'm just feeling old. The Ghost Mateo podcast of drunken bar stories, man. We used to go down to Okinawa City, and I went with my wife, and I used to go down to Manhattan all the time, and it was a club there, and it was more alternative, kind of new wave stuff, and I love alternative music and like the Smiths and all that kind of stuff from the 80s, the new wave stuff, and had a lot of that. And then right next to it was Pyramid, which was kind of more of a club, kind of techno rave type stuff. You had 8 Beats around the corner, which was more hip hop. And if you were white, then you pretty much shouldn't go there. So Warsaw says years before I was born reminds me of the sad days of old Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk was in Mogadishu where I was, and I was there after Black Hawk Down, obviously. I wasn't there during that happened, but we were over there doing some stuff. But you were at Club East Coast in Kenville. All right, so if you walk out the main gate at Kenville, you've got the first place on your left was the taco rice stand, and there were little bars on down the little road there. Correct? Is that one you were talking about? Because right there on the corner was the taco rice stand, and then you had like a clothing store across the street. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time. It's been 25 years, roughly. But is that the same thing? Where was it in comparison to the taco rice shop that was right there on the main little road across the street from the base? I'll wait for you. God bless U.S. Army men and the Marine Corps. Yeah. East Coast was just a few spots from from Shangri-La. Okay, right on. I know exactly where Shangri-La was. Yeah, okay. Shangri-La had the strongest rum and cokes I've ever had in my life. It was basically, when you asked for rum and coke, it was basically gasoline with a splash of coke, man. It got you. What's up, Patriot? We was talking about you earlier that you're going to be the inaugural podcast, and that'll be coming out here pretty soon. So thanks for doing that. I enjoy the conversation and all that. 96 was on their third rotation to Saudi. Yeah. Bet you Saudi was interesting back in 96. So that was kind of in between the quote unquote wars. So Just got back from the video arcade and video store. Yep. Well, guys, well, man, I guess I can stay on for a few more minutes. I'll stay on for about 10 more minutes and then we'll cut out of here. I just want to say hey and spend a Sunday afternoon just shooting the shit, relaxing, and hanging with my homies. So that's what I should call this, hanging with my homies. So, but no, that's just crazy. To catch you up, anyone, Patriot is a Marine. Mateo and I happened to be on Camp Hansen in Okinawa at the same time back in 94 and 95, and both did some training over at Camp Fuji in mainland Japan, which is absolutely nuts that we were on the same base. And I was actually attached to his unit for a very short time, but we were kind of they were creating 3rd Combat Assault Battalion, and I think they were dismantling 3rd CEB or something like that. So we were kind of back and forth with some different stuff, and we were attached to 3rd CEB for a little bit. But it's kind of interesting that small world that we were doing that. But yeah, Patriot. I don't know if Patriot was ever in Okinawa or not, but he's a Marine as well, Mateo. So I didn't know if you knew that. Warsaw's a career field as welding. I tell you what, welding is a really good career field, my man. You can always find a job, and they make good money too. So get certified and all of that. Were you there when we cross-trained with 3-3 prior to MU? Yes. Now, let me ask you this. Do you remember when I don't know if when you rotated out, but were you there on Hansen when they destroyed the old E-Club? They had the new one, and I don't know if you remember this, but around 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, there was an exercise at the old E-Club that we did some hostage rescue. And what we did is after we did our little drill, and we had helos come in, we fast roped down off the helos. And if you remember, I don't know if you were there or not, but if you were still there, then you'll remember the exercise that we did. And after that, we basically destroyed the E-Club, the old E-Club, after the new one opened up. But were you there on Hansen when we did that? Because that was us. We did that. That was pretty fun. Japan's awesome. Japan's awesome, AWAC. If you ever get a chance to. Okinawa is even better, but okay, so that was after you left. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what happened right after that. It was probably April or May of 95 is when the big rape in Okinawa happened, when 2 Marines and a sailor got a hold of a young Japanese girl, and it made world news. I was at that point, I was at Courtney in the barracks, and the Navy guy who was actually driving the car, I think he was a corpsman or something, but the Navy guy actually lived a few doors down from us. They came and got him in the middle of the night. Never saw those guys again. But after that rape, Okinawa changed as far as what we could do as servicemen. They had curfews and all that. And from what I understand now, it's really not that fun. But back then, Mateo knows, back then, before all that stuff happened, it was a great place to be. After the public hanging, do Japanese people hate us? You have to understand that we were in Okinawa, and Okinawans are very proud people. And for the most part, the old school Okinawans that were there during World War II, or their first generational kids, the baby boomers, like my wife's parents, they don't necessarily like Japanese people because Okinawa was its own country for a long time. And after World War II, it was a territory of the U.S. and it didn't become part of Japan until it was in the late 60s or early 70s. But forever, they had their own language. Like my wife's grandmother, before she died when she's 100 and something years old. But she refused to speak Japanese. She spoke Okinawan. They had their own currency. So the Okinawan people didn't necessarily hate us. They actually kind of liked us. Now, a lot of people don't like the stupid Americans, but yeah, the Japanese, there are still some people that do not like Americans. That's for sure. But the Okinawans, as far as if they're traditional Okinawans, they don't dislike us. They just dislike the Japanese. The lockdown, Mateo says the lockdown. Yeah, Warsaw, the Japanese still have some anger. I mean, let's be honest with you, Warsaw. everyone in this world has some anger towards America to some extent, whether it's jealousy or we actually deserve it. But there's a lot of anger towards us. Mateo says that was when we started spending more time over Kadena. See, I never really hung out at Kadena. I hung out a lot of in Okinawa City. A lot of people from Kadena hung out at those clubs and all that. We would either be at Okinawa City or down at Naha, some of the clubs and bars. But yeah, it was fun. I loved Okinawa. Now the place where my wife and I met was a club called Manhattan. It's now a parking lot, so go figure. Slim Jim, not a candy bar. There you go, Kinky. So yeah, we've been going on here for a while. I don't even know how long we've been going, but it's been fun. It hasn't seemed like that long, but I think it's been a pretty good while, maybe an hour or so. So we're gonna kind of check on out and let you get back to your football games or whatever you guys are doing on a Sunday afternoon. And you've been to Okinawa, I've been to South Korea. I was in South Korea. Okay. Yeah, AWAG. I'm not particularly a big fan of that. Understand that my wife's Japanese and so is my daughter. So you can say what you got to say, but I'm not going to respond to that. Let's see here. 9 minutes to kickoff. I wouldn't mind being in South Korea. I was going to South Korea. Yeah, we stopped off in South Korea on the way back. Was the worst time of my life. We flew over to Mogadishu. On the way back, we took a naval ship, and it was the USS Bella Wood, and it was a flat bottom boat, and that was the sickest. We stopped off in Korea and all that, and that was the sickest I've ever been. Being a flat bottom. If you're ever on a flat bottom naval ship, you feel every movement. So it was terrible, absolutely terrible. But anyways, yeah, I've been to South Korea a couple times. Once, obviously, in the Marine Corps, but also after I got out, we were there in Seoul for a couple days, my wife and I. So, oh, you're saying you love Toyota, just the mentality of, oh yeah, no, that I understand. Yeah, no, I hear you, AWAG. I'll tell you what's interesting is my grandmother. My grandmother was at Pearl Harbor in 41, December 7th, 1941. She was there. And I remember Dream Gun Before I Leave, Glock 18 or the Beretta 93. Glock 18 or Beretta 93 as far as handguns. Dream Gun, I mean, who doesn't want a minigun or who doesn't want a Mark 19? Pretty awesome. Hondas are great, but Toyotas, we drive Toyotas. But anyways, going back to what was I talking about? Oh, my grandmother. So my grandma was at Pearl Harbor. She's working as a nurse. And I remember when we went to go tell my grandmother that I was getting married, and I was marrying a Japanese girl. And I'm not going to say that she was very happy about it. I'm not going to. Oh, no, my bad, AWAG. I was trying to catch up on the chat, and I might have just read it wrong. You probably said it just fine. I just kind of glanced over stuff, and I didn't read the whole thing, and I apologize. That was probably just me. But no, we're good. But my grandmother ended up being like really good friends with my wife before she died, and loved my wife as if she was one of her own grandkids. But I remember the first time telling my grandma that I was going to be married to a Japanese girl. That was interesting to say the least. Yeah. Mark 19 would be good. The 60 were fun. Really like the 60. And but a Mark 19, I mean, who doesn't want a fully automatic grenade launcher? I mean, who doesn't want to reach out and touch a tank from 1,000 feet or whatever, 1,000 yards or whatever? It's just a Mark 19 was awesome. But handguns, or miniguns. I mean, who wouldn't want a minigun? I mean, those things are badass. But handguns, I would say the Glock 18 / Beretta 93. 93, I'm sure you guys, and Glock 18, you guys know what those are, but if not, go Google it. You'll understand. Warsaw says he wants an M4 carbine full auto. Yeah, I never went with an M4. I had an M16A2. What's up? What up? Happy Sunday, my man. Next Sunday, Money Train, we're gonna have another fun shoot at the range at I think from 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. So if you're gonna be in town, we'd love to have you out there at the range. Warsaw is one of Beretta 92. Beretta 92 is one of my favorite guns of all time. So I think it's very well documented that I love the 92, and a lot of people did not. especially if you're in the Marine Corps and how to use one. A lot of people did not. I personally did, but I liked the 92, but it was also really kind of the first handgun that I ever shot. I was not a big gun person before I joined the Marines. So the 92, the M9, whatever you want to call it for us, it was great. AWAG says all he wants is an AK-74. There you go. I don't have an AK-74. I've got several AK, either 47s or pistols or whatever. I don't have the AK-74. So hope to be there. All right, we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you. What's up, Kingpin? I'm getting ready to literally get off here. I tried to say goodbye like 10 minutes ago, and every people are joining in, so it's all good. Now, what's up, Kingpin? Miss Demo shoots at most love inline charge shoots. Yeah, I tell you the cool thing, we were out at Pendleton. When I got back from Okinawa, I was out at Pendleton with First Shrig, and we went out to the range, and we were doing some stuff, and all of a sudden we were told to stand by, that we had some special VIPs that were going to come out and shoot with us. And it was the San Francisco 49ers. And it was Steve Young and Jerry Rice and all these guys coming out to shoot at Pendleton. And you think that we'll enjoy shooting the 50 cal and the M60 and the Mark 19. Imagine football players that probably never been exposed to any of that stuff. Man, they were, we're talking about yippee-ki-yay type stuff. It was awesome. Hey, what's up, Scott P? Jesse says he needs to get an AK-47. I love the AK platform. I really do. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot of moving parts. It is what it is. They're going to basically eat kind of any kind of ammo if you're good at all. So, yeah, I love them. David says, sorry, missed the show. He didn't miss anything. Watching a replay, man. It was impromptu. It wasn't scheduled or anything. I just kind of decided to come on and say, hey, what's up? So I'm getting ready to get out of here. Cowboys coming on. So I'm going to go watch the boys play. AWAG says AK is the best platform. To a certain extent, I would agree with that. I think the AK and the AR platforms both have their advantages. Obviously, the AR being a little bit more modular and all of that. It's one of those things, guys. I like the simpleness of an AK. I do like if you're just looking to have some fun, one of my most favorite guns is I've got a Sestava AK pistols. I love that thing. It's so much fun. It's my truck gun, and I love it. But if you're talking about being modular and being a lot more customizable and all that, yeah, the AR is most definitely going to be there, but it also runs into a lot of a different system of machining and mechanics that go into AR platform. Like I said, they both have their advantages over the other. I love both of them. I'm not gonna sit there and say, yeah, I know, open the can of worms of AK versus AR, and this could go on for another 16 hours. But no, I enjoy both of them. I have an AK pistol that's one of my favorite guns, and I have a couple ARs that are up there with my favorite guns. So I'm gonna sit there and say, which one should you buy? Answer is yes. Go buy both of them. Go buy both AK platform and an AR platform. So, and you can get some for some pretty good prices these days. Just be careful on the AK side. Make sure that you're not getting some crappy import that just isn't well worth it. To do your research and do your homework. But yeah, there's some really good stuff out there. So let's see here. AR will always have its place with me. Yeah, absolutely. The AR, like I said, I had shot some 22 stuff back as a kid, but I really didn't get into shooting until joined the Marine Corps. So the first kind of weapon system that I really ever shot was the M16A2, which is, it's an AR platform. And, talking about a life-changing moment the first time you pull the trigger and you're like, oh yeah. So I will always have a sweet spot in my heart for the AR platform for sure. But I do like the simplicity of the AK. Let's see here. Talking about the SCAR, HK, never enough guns. That's right, Scott. Never enough guns. Both can take Glock mags and set up for the 9mm. What was David asking? I missed something. Oh yeah, you can set up. You can set up anything to take Glock mags. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Andrew says you can get them both for $1,000, not the best, but they should. Yeah, and if you're not looking for something, to go hunting or a show gun or whatever, I mean, hell, I don't buy anything that I'm not going to try to use all the time. And as long as it runs, I don't care the looks of it. I don't care the price of it. I don't care the brand name of it. If it runs and it's going to be something that I can rely on, I could care less. I am not a gun snob. No offense, snob. I am not a gun snob. I'm not a brand snob. It runs, and I'm good. So yeah, he's just messing with the Glock guys. I hear you. The Czechs made their own versions of the AR platform. Yeah. Well, guys, I am going to get out of here. Cowboys are kicking off here, and if you live down here and you grew up a Cowboy fan like I did, it's kind of sacred time. So I'm gonna go see what the boys can do. Thanks again for hanging out with me and shooting the shit. Mateo, we gotta hook up, man. We gotta talk about some same. We probably hung out the same places. We probably ran into each other, we just didn't know it. So always a pleasure talking to everybody. Thank you as always for watching. Thank you for always supporting the channel. And take care, guys. And we shall see you. I don't know. I'll probably be on something tonight, maybe midnights or something. And then Tuesday night for Tactical Tuesday. I got some videos gonna be coming out in this next week. And then the release of the first episode of the Armed Citizen podcast, our new podcast. Will be on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, PodBean, all of those good places. The episode 1 will be released here pretty soon. So, guys, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Semper Fi.